Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of SKS Empire Super Fight, right here at Omnoi Stadium in Samutsakhon, Thailand, the motherland of the art of 8 limbs, Muay Thai, Muay Thai, Muay Thai, and style, style, style. That's what we love to see here. 5-round glorious Muay Thai right here, right now, and right for you. Okay, so we've got 5 bouts on the card this afternoon. Our main event, an absolute cracker. George Break Compat Fabric taking on Pet Mongkol Sorjorden Rayong at 122 pounds. But our first bout, a Muay Thai mini flyweight at 109 pounds. Hades taking on Cameroon. And our third bout of the afternoon, Pon Wisset, 123 pounds, taking on Pet Sinin. And our last bout of the afternoon, the Young Guns, Nuclear, taking on Mongkol at 103 pounds. So looking forward to this one, Jimmy. Absolutely stacked card, week to week. Kiatpetch Promotions bringing us the very best Muay Thai.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is something we see consistently with these afternoons that we have every Saturday. 5-round Muay Thai, but very close fights indeed. I mean, you know, we're always in a position where we're wondering who has actually won this fight, how close is it? Anyways, let's go to Joe with some information on these fighters.
So here we are for the first bout of the afternoon. So Hades Na Prunbury, 16 years of age, 160 centimeters. Now, this is his first encounter with his opponent, Cameroon, who you're seeing on the screen right now. Cameroon Sitlom now, coming from Rayong province in the south. He's a right kick and knee fighter, so you can expect playing the long game, but entering into the clinch. Here we are with the tail of the tape. Hades, 16 years of age, 163 centimeters tall with an official weight of 109.2 pounds, 68 fights to his name. Cameroon, 18 years of age, 168 centimeters tall with an official weight of 110 pounds with a experience of 52 fights under his belt. So we can expect big things for 2 of these gentlemen.
Yeah, 2 very, very young fighters, but lots and lots of experience in the fight game already. I mean, both of these fighters have about 120 fights between them, which is unbelievably, good for 2 fighters who are 18 and below right now. So we're about to see them go to war. They're getting the final instructions from the referee, and we're about to witness 5 3-minute rounds. Will it go the full 5? We will see in just a moment.
So we've got a technician taking on a knee fighter. And personally, and we know this, that's one of my favorite matchups. We saw that last week, the Nia first versus technician. It always makes for a very good fight with the knee fighter trying to push the pressure, but the technician sitting on the back foot and trying to pick them apart and play the points game, which is what we love to see right here at Omnoi Stadium. So here we are for the first round.
Yeah, we do like to see those fights where somebody who is just on the back foot is being charged down. How long can they keep them off them, or how long will it take before they get in close? Anyways, here we are for round number 1. In the red corner, we have Hades. In the blue corner, we have Cameroon. We are scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. The first round, as we know, Joe, tends to be an easier round for both of these fighters. It's a feeling out process, but we've got a classic southpaw taking on an orthodox fighter.
And just like bat out of hell, you took the words right out of my mouth. A southpaw taking on an orthodox. Always makes for an interesting fight as well, Jimmy.
Yeah, my favorite fighters tend to be southpaws because they're the trickiest ones to work out. And, a good southpaw will always dominate most divisions. So, as you can see right now, we're already a minute into the fight. Not much has been landed, but a lot has been done in terms of developing reads on one another. What they're doing right now is they're feeling each other out. They're trying to get a read, and they're trying to see how their feints are going to work in the later rounds. So the first round, maybe the second round as well, is a feeling out process for both of these fighters. It is a marathon, not a sprint in these 5-round fights.
And you can see both fighters just touching gloves, just trying to measure the distance and, you know, garner where they're going to throw their rear attack, where the power attack's going to come from. Oh, a nice step through jab there from Hades.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing you'll notice with southpaws against an orthodox is a battle of the lead leg and the footwork. The southpaw is trying to get their front leg, their right leg, on the outside of their opponent, and vice versa as well. So both fighters are trying to get their lead leg on the outside of their opponents before they send that big backhand or that big kick. It's exactly what we're seeing right now, just two fighters trying to edge towards one another.
Nice skip into the clinch here. 50-50 inside the bicep control. Just trying to test it out. And it's a good strategy not to go too ham early on inside the clinch. Test it out. See where your opponent is in terms of frame and the strength inside the frame of the clinch. How their stance is. The foundation from the bottom. Testing where the foundation is. Beautiful work there. And here we are inside the clinch again. You can see Cameroon trying to put that palm over the top and break the posture of Hades, but not quite getting it after Hades had that nice little body lock on him.
Yeah, both fighters right now are just warming up as well. As we can see, they're not throwing much of anything, but they're just warming up. It tends to liven up in the second, the third, and then that fourth round is when we see a lot of fireworks as well. But a very even round so far, but it looks like Hades has been the more active of the two, and that is the end of round number one. We're going into a second round in just a moment, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, for some of the replays from that first round. Some nice looping hooks there from Hades.
And you can see he's using that lead arm to try and bridge his opponent into his firing range. So he's stepping around with that lead hook to set it up for that backhand or that back kick. Anyways, folks, we are here for the second round, scheduled for 3 minutes. In the red corner, we have Hades. In the blue corner, we have Cameroon. Both fighters in the center of the ring, and Cameroon starts to initiate the clinch already.
Well, we were kind of expecting that from Cameroon. You know, he is known for his strong clinch ability, but Mr. Hades doing a good job of pushing the hips against him on that rope, nullifying the action. That big left kick up top, slapping the punching power out of him.
Definitely a more active round right now, Joe. We see both fighters engaging once again in the clinch.
And of course, make sure you stay tuned for the next bout. Singh Chalam versus Yod OT at 117 pounds. Scheduled for 5 rounds, just like this one here. round 2 underway right now. SKS Empire Super Fight every Saturday, 2:30 p.m. Thai time.
A charging left hand by Hades. So Hades' footwork is definitely on point. He's almost found his range, but some beautiful knees landed by Cameroon inside the clinch, but Hades returning with some nice knees of his own. Both fighters allowing themselves to work out of the clinch as well. The referee's seen enough. He breaks them up back into the action.
Well, Hades was in a fairly good position there with that vice grip and digging the head under the chin of Cameroon. It's quite a compromising position to be in because it's quite suffocating. It's a very uncomfortable position to be put in. So here we are in a little bit of a stalemate. Still measuring the distance as Cameroon tries to skip in and engage in the clinch.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what we're seeing. I mean, Hades looks very calm and a beautiful left elbow by Hades inside the clinch. So we expected Cameroon to clinch, but it looks like Hades is definitely more comfortable in that clinch and getting one up on the clincher that is Cameroon.
Nice knee block inside of the thigh there from Hades as well. Just stopping the knee from coming up from Cameroon. Hades doing a good job of applying the forward pressure. Oh, big swing and a miss.
Yeah, Hades definitely using his ring IQ to the fullest in this moment. Hades has just been evading pressure, and as soon as Cameroon engages in the clinch, Hades comes alive as well, so he's almost using Cameroon's best weapon against him, which is a very nice veteran move, especially for a southpaw.
Nice lead uppercut to follow up with the left hand inside the clinch, follows up with the elbow there from Hades on the inside. Inside the clinch now, Cameroon applying that body lock, trying to push him against the ropes.
Hades landing that left elbow inside the clinch once again. Cameroon's got to be very careful. He doesn't engage in the clinch too often now. Hades has just done a very good move of allowing Cameroon to clinch him, and then Hades comes alive with a cheeky elbow. Anyways, folks, don't go anywhere. We are going into a third round.
SKS Empire
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. Here are some of those replays from round 2. That sneaky inside elbow from Hades, bang! Slips the arm down, sends it over the top. Beautiful work there. So we're coming up for our third round of action. Of course, the last 2 rounds we saw Hades unexpectedly pushing the pressure. Hades, the technician of the two. Cameroon, the known knee fighter.
Okay, folks, thank you for joining us and everyone around the world tuning in for this stream. We are scheduled for 5 fights of action. We have got Hades in the red, Cameroon in the blue, and both fighters not wasting any time, already involved in the clinch.
And you could see Cameroon go for a little bit of a Muay Thai technique a moment ago. Catches the leg, tries to hack the leg with an elbow, but Hades negating that beautifully by just locking on and turning the hip.
Hades just out of range and waits for Cameroon to step in with a clinch. Both fighters battling for position right now. Hades landing the knees through into the midsection. Cameroon landing some nice knees on the inside as well. The referee pries them apart, brings them back into central ring, and we're back into action. Hades attempts another overstepping elbow as well and just misses the target.
Beautiful palm over the top and tries to follow with the left hand through. Changing stances now. Trying to keep Cameroon guessing here. Applying that vice grip from Cameroon, but he's got him like a bully in a headlock here.
Absolute action we are witnessing right now. A very nice close fight. Hades starting to march towards Cameroon. Cameroon wanting to engage in that clinch. And he catches the kick and sends a right hand to the chin of Cameroon. Nice
Push across there from Hades, but it's a compromising position as Cameroon's got the upper hand here, trying to knee his way through. Hades pushing forward, slaps the elbow down again.
Once again, both fighters in the clinch. The referee brings them into the center of the ring. We are a minute to go in the third round. Both fighters once again in the clinch, but Cameroon got a better grip of the situation and sent some beautiful knees into the midsection of Hades.
And there you can see the promoter, dear Kiatpetch, watching very closely to see who he's going to put on again.
He stumbled him with that left elbow there, Joe. It looked like Hades was nearly out of it with that Cameroon elbow.
And Cameroon pushing the palm over the top and sending that right knee through the midsection, breaking his posture. Very classy for the judges from Cameroon.
Less than 30 seconds to go of the third round, but Cameroon starting to pick up the pace. Hades jumps in with a knee and lands an elbow on the inside.
But there you go. Cameroon on the outside with the better positioning on side control. Hacks the elbow over the top, pushes off. Sitting on the back foot. I think he's very comfortable here, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, it started off with Hades very much in control, looking like the fighter who's more comfortable inside the heat. But I think Cameroon has finally come alive. I'm excited for this fourth round. Don't go anywhere. We have got a cracking round coming up.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, to the 762 viewers at home so far. SKS Empire Super Fight right here, right now at Omnoi Stadium. This is the fourth round of action for our first bout. Here are some of those action replays. Catches the leg, tries to hack over the top. Bit of Muay Thai action there, Jimmy.
Yeah, we've seen some beautiful elbows inside the clinch. No telegraphing at all. Those elbows are just being thrown fluidly. And we see a nice right hand with that stepping overhand elbow. Although the replays are almost favoring Hades, I do think Cameroon took that third round. So we're going into a fourth in just a moment here, Joe. But what a firework round that we expected, and they did not disappoint.
It's that strong posture control from Mr. Cameroon. Oh, and here we see Hades locking on with that vice grip, trying to dig the head under. But if Cameroon can put that palm over the top and break his head down, we might see a change in the game here.
So for those of you just joining us, thank you for joining. We are in the fourth round of the first fight. Hades in the red, Cameroon in the blue. It's an even fight so far. Hades being pushed in the action. Cameroon has been on the back foot. Who is going to take this fourth round as Cameroon wraps him up and sends the knees to the midsection?
Wrapping him up like a Christmas present right here at Omnoi Stadium as
beautiful spin around and sends another knee, but Cameroon's positioning once again. Beautiful stuff by Cameroon to nullify the action. Hades needs to go back to his original game plan of inside elbows, I believe.
That's right, pushing the pace now, but Cameroon just controlling the action inside the clinch so beautifully, pushing the hips against him on the ropes.
The referee brings him back in the center of the ring. We're already halfway through the 4th round. Cameroon now just on the back foot. Hades not wanting to engage just yet. Both fighters trying to find their ranges. Hades steps in and misses with a right.
Yeah, the big forward march, trying to knee his way to victory and lock on with that lead hand. Good strategy, but Cameroon just read it like a book.
Cameroon's boxed beautifully in these later rounds. And we often see with these fights, Joe, the first 2 rounds, it tends to go one way and then it suddenly switches. So these fights are always very evenly matched, as we see a nice attempt to a clinch, but it looks like Hades doesn't want to engage in this 4th round very much.
I think Hades thinks he has it, but on my unofficial scorecards, Cameroon has been the stronger of the two, putting Hades in some very, very sticky situations inside that clinch. You can see Cameroon just trying to edge forward to work his way in.
And you see Hades on the back foot, looks very calm, lands a nice kick to the leg, but both fighters engage once again in the clinch. Cameroon just starting to flurry with the knees to the midsection of Hades. But again, Hades does not want to give up anything. He's got a good poker face. He catches the leg and charges him with a left hook.
Great turn of the hip there by Hades, but now Cameroon taking the back against the ropes. Fantastic action here at Omnoi Stadium. Hades on the back foot now. Cameroon trying to edge forward.
It looks like Hades thinks he's won this already, but there's still one more round to go as he sends a left elbow upstairs, but it's just too hard to cut the man Cameroon. So we're going into a 5th round. Let us know at home, who do you think's winning this fight? It could be even Stevens. I've got Cameroon up by 1.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the 5th and final round of Super Fight SKS Empire, of our first bout of the morning. Here we are, Hades taking on Cameroon right here in center ring. Jimmy, walk us through the action in that last round.
Yeah, absolutely. What we saw was a very explosive first minute of the round. We're seeing some action replays, and then we saw Hades just take the back foot and almost start skipping his way to the end of the round, not wanting to engage. So I'm curious, is Hades' corner telling him that he's won? Is Cameroon just very comfortable on the back foot? I don't know what's going on. I think the rounds both think they've won. Both corners are giving different information, so this 5th round should be explosive.
I mean, as we've witnessed before, it's not uncommon for both fighters to think they're in the lead. So here we are for the 5th and final round. Nice jab to fake there from Hades in the red. Skipping forward, throwing that beautiful right kick up center. Locking on now.
A lot more kicks being thrown high by these fighters in this 5th and final round. Some nice elbows on the inside, as well as Cameroon starts to find the target again with the clinch and the knees. Both fighters back in central ring.
Bit of a stall here, just waiting for the right moment to strike like a cobra. Oh, and there Cameroon tried to go for the cobra kick, but not quite finding his prey.
For those wondering, a cobra is a cobra. However, Joe says it in an Australian accent. And we're back in central ring as he throws a nice right high kick upstairs. Hades steps in for the clinch. Very nicely done by Hades to evade damage from those high kicks. He steps in as Cameroon is throwing that high kick.
Cameroon just measuring the distance there with that stiff jab, but Oh, a bit of a slap of the hands between both fighters. Acknowledgement, grabbing on, dragging under, pushing that hand over the top from Cameroon, trying to find the space for the knee, but not quite finding it as Hades pushed his hips against him.
Cameroon landed a beautiful shot to the body, just an absolute whipping kick to the ribcage, and Hades just did not seem fazed by it at all. Remember, both of these fighters have had around 60 fights each. Hades thinks he's won this. Hades was already checked out in the 4th round, and I think he thinks he's got this round as well, but I'm not too confident. I think Cameroon might be taking this. But what do you guys think at home? Let us know. Who's winning this fight?
I mean, that is one thing you do lack, is confidence. So here we are, Cameroon, a nice slap of the gloves there. Oh, evades a nice stiff hook there from Hades. Steps in, pushes off. Great strategy there from Hades to keep his length strategy up.
Yeah, that length strategy is doing a very good job right now for Hades, especially he keeps touching the glove of Cameroon. I don't know if Hades is just revised to the fact that he's won this and he doesn't need to engage and do anything else. I'd like to see Hades just step it up a little bit and really try and secure it, because if the judges give it to the blue corner, Hades is going to look back at this and realize he could have done more, but some beautiful teeps to the hips and to the thighs of Cameroon. The referee pries him apart, brings him back into central ring. Not long to go of this 5th and final round. It's been a close fight so far. I think it's even Stevens at the moment. Who's going to take in these final moments?
That is the end of round 5, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a look at who took this away in just a moment as the referee collects the scorecards from all the judges. And it looks like Hades looking very confident there. But we'll see in just a moment as our referee announces our winner for this afternoon's first bout. And yes, it goes to Hades, the confident technician. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. What a fight. We'll be back in just a moment for the second bout of the afternoon.
Yeah, no fluff with this one. The referee gives it straight to the winner, and we see some action replays here. That was the moment Hades landed that inside elbow, which to me set the pace for the rest of the fight. Hades allowed Cameroon to feel he was secure inside the clinch, but Hades gave him those elbows over the top. He went down low to the body with a right hand as well. Hades took Cameroon's best weapon and used it against him. There we see the referee gives it to the man who's won. Don't go anywhere, folks. We have got 4 more fights coming up.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Rich and Millie cussing Lambos. Known to keep the better bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trip, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions right here at Omnoi Stadium. Every Saturday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Thai time. Thank you for joining us back for the second bout of the afternoon. This is a bit of a battle of the deja vu, or a battle of the doppelgangers in terms of statistics. Both fighters very similar in height, weight, style, and they both come from the same province, Jimmy.
They could be twins, Joe. They could have been twins, split at birth, and now they are about to fight like in that famous film, Warrior.
Well, that is quite the narrative you are painting for us, but unfortunately, that is not the truth. We like to keep things true and in terms of reality here at SKS Empire, not in Jimmy's fantasy land. So, here we are. Singchalam Asor Pong Amon, 22 years of age, 165 centimeters tall, coming from Nakhon Si Thammarat. There he is in the red with 50 bouts under his belt against Yord OT MC Superlek Muay Thai. 19 years of age, Nakhon Si Thammarat, a knee and attacking styled fighter. Over 30 bouts, 35 bouts under his record. Now, he's a latecomer to this fight. He was only informed about 10 days ago, Yord OT. So coming on late notice. So big props to Yord OT as, you know, Singchalam, he lost recently at Channel 7, but he's been training for a whole month. So for a fighter like Yord OT to come on late notice, it's a big step up because you're not really sure what you're getting yourself into on a late notice fight.
Yeah, it can work against you, but it can work in your favor as well, because if you haven't had chance to research the fighter that you're fighting and vice versa, you just go into it fighting the person who's in front of you and you just try to get as much information in the first round as you possibly can. So this could work in his favor.
Well, now these two coming from the same province, they could have started on the same circuit in Nakhon Si Thammarat, perhaps on the Muay Wat circuit. So they perhaps could be familiar or have crossed roads before. I'm not quite sure of that in-depth information, but however, this will make for an interesting bout in the realm of reality right here at Omnoi Stadium. Singchalam in the red are taking on Yord OT in the blue as they get the last minute prayer underway in Yord OT's corner, lifting the Mongkol, the traditional headpiece that can only be removed by the coach as they enter the ring. For instructions from our third man in the middle, our referee. The best referees in the world, I believe, are in Thailand. Here we are for round one, Jimmy.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We are scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Singh Chalam in the red takes on Yord OT in the blue. As just pointed out, these two may be doppelhangers. However, they are different in age of about 4 years and their fight records are completely different. We are both in the center of the ring. Neither fighter wanting to engage too harshly just yet. Like we said, Yord OT has only had 10 days to prepare for this fight. He's going to have to get as much information as he possibly can in these early rounds, because he may not have been training in that time as well. If you've only had 10 days, maybe before that you was doing something else.
Well, interestingly, you know, we always talk about downloading the information and taking it easy in the first round. But I just saw one of the female spectators in the stadium issuing a clause to Singchalam to push forward and clinch, which is fairly unheard of in the first round. They don't tend to push inside the clinch. They might test it out a little bit, but they don't tend to engage too much in the first round as Yord OT tries to send some body work down there on Singchalam.
Yeah, so for those of you just tuning in, 5-round Muay Thai, the first few rounds, the first round and the second round, tend to be the round for both fighters to feel each other out, try and get a read, try and throw some feints. So although it doesn't look like there's much going on, there's a lot going on underneath the surface. Both fighters are just doing things ever so slightly to try and get a read on their opponent. And like we said, Singh Chalam probably has the upper hand here because he's been training all month. Yordo T has only had 10 days to prepare for this fight. So at the moment, Singh Chalam should have the upper hand. Let's see how Yordo T comes alive and tries to take this one away.
With about 50 seconds to go here in center ring. Bit of a kick and a swing and a miss in the middle. As Singh Chalam, you can see lifting that leg, trying to fire that teep off as Yordo T kicks it.
Yordo T doing a nice job to attack the legs early as Singh Chalam, and a very nice move to do against somebody that you don't have much information on is take away their legs, because every fighter needs to use them in these fights. You don't need a big read on your opponent. Take away their legs early on and you will stunt their movement for the later rounds. It is a marathon, not a sprint in these 5-round fights.
Well, that's right. You do need legs to walk, so it is a good strategy to take the legs out.
What's your excuse, Joe? You have legs and you don't walk. All right, he's doing a little bit of the Ali shuffle just there to end the round, and we're going into a second, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. I'm just moonwalking back to my seat in the commentary box, trying to prove Jimmy wrong from his grievous allegations just a moment ago. We are here for the second round of action for our second bout of the afternoon. Yordo T taking on Singh Chalam in the red shorts. Nice teep there from Yordo T to start things off.
Scheduled for 5 rounds. We are in the second round already. Both fighters in the center of the ring. Yordo T electing for the strategy of just taking out the movement of Singh Chalam. Singh Chalam looks very calm in the ring. Yordo T doing a very good job to attack the legs and attempt to sweep, but does not succeed.
The big kick over the top there from Singh Chalam as well from that attempted sweep by Yordo T. You could see the sweat just spraying off the head of Yordo T, but not phasing him as he continues to attack that front leg of Singh Chalam. Big left hook, and I think he sees a little bit of weakness in the chin of Yordo T as he moves forward with more confidence.
Singh Chalam whipped that hook in, and Yordo T ate it well, but he looks kind of wobbly right now. Yordo T, like we said, only 10 days notice. He's got an excuse not to win this fight. Singh Chalam does not have a good excuse. A nice head kick upstairs for Singh Chalam as Yordo T marches forward as both fighters engage in the clinch in the corner, and a nice knee by Yordo T.
Big stabbing knee right through the middle there from Yordo T. Grabs on and drives it right through Singh Chalam. sent some nice hands down the line. Yordo T returns the favour with a big right kick there.
Big whipping left hook as again Singh Chalam has found an opening with that left hook as both fighters engage in a clinch. Some nice knees by Yordo T. Look at the face of Singh Chalam. He's got a good poker face, but he is definitely feeling the pressure of Yordo T at the moment. Yordo T has just got to keep this up and keep whipping those leg kicks in.
Well, to me it just looks like Yordo T has got the upper hand inside the clinch. Some better clinch positioning and just a stronger frame of the two on the inside, getting some better positioning and breaking the posture. Ooh, beautiful there. Nice knee.
It's a battle of the poker faces as well. I think both fighters are trying not to give anything away. Even though we know these shots are hurting and getting through, neither fighter gives a read to their opponent. As Singh Chalam sends a nice body kick to Yordo T, but Yordo T comes alive with a left and a right.
Really is a battle of the poker face. In the immortal words of Lady Gaga, poker face. That's what it's all about here in center ring. It's almost like a game of acting, not allowing your opponent to see your weakness, and you can't show them that you're wincing after their attacks. Big left kick there from Singh Chalam, sending the right hand down, but beautiful replies by Yordo T with that beautiful poker face to end things off. That is the end of the round. Make sure to stay with us for another one.
SKS Empire
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, back to Omnoi Stadium, SKS Empire Super Fight. That last round, electrifying action right there. Singh Chalam and Yordo T. Hold 'em, fold 'em. I swear, beautiful poker faces by both gentlemen. Didn't wince for a second, because some of those attacks coming from Yordo T, absolutely heavy artillery from the blue corner. What do you think of that, Jim?
Yeah, beautiful work, and I love the acting of both of these fighters. Boxing is theater at the end of the day. You're impressing your opponent, the judge, and the referee. We're into the third round already. Singh Chalam in the red, Yordo T in the blue. Both fighters going for it in the center of the ring with the clinch, and a nice stabbing knee by Yordo T.
So there's little nuances inside the clinch, that big stiffed hand from Singh Chalam, sending the stabbing knee through, and a big sweep there by Yordo T to end things off in that last exchange.
And this is what we were talking about, Joe, but a big right hand by Singh Chalam inside the clinch. And this is what we were saying, when you haven't got a read on your opponent, you stick to basic styles, but it's working in Yordo T's favor at the moment.
I love these big knee clashes. I love a good knee fight, and this is what we're witnessing right here. Both putting on the forward pressure, trying to engage the clinch. Big hacking overhand elbow from Singh Chalam. Stab knee for stab knee. Bit of stabbing action here. It's like a misty London night right here in center ring.
That's exactly what we're seeing, stab for stab, as both fighters get involved with the clinch. The referee pries them apart back in central ring, and we are already halfway through this fight. Yodo T starting to march towards him. He hasn't given Singh Chalam any chance to just relax and recover at the moment. Yodo T doing exactly what you should do against a fighter who doesn't have much information on you.
Beautiful clinch action here, looping that hand right across the palm. But Singh Chalam still standing strong in that position there as Yodo T pushes him against the rope but locks on with that vice grip. But nullification now will go back into center ring.
I notice Yodo T as well putting his palm over the mouth of Singh Chalam as well to disrupt his breathing. So Yodo T pulling every trick out of the bag, but he's got to be careful because Singh Chalam has had success with those chopping elbows over the top.
I might utilize that here in the commentary box against you. Oh, a beautiful push over the top, breaking the posture of Yodo T, but he slips the head through and gains the dominant position. Beautiful work there by Yodo T.
And Joe, isn't that the same type of elbow that knocked you out in your career, in your most recent fight? But this is beautiful work by both these fighters to get involved in the clinch. It's been an action-packed fight. We've seen everything being used by these fighters. And a big right hand by Singh Chalam over the top. Both fighters tumble to the canvas, almost fall out of the ring. The referee pries them apart. What a third round we have just seen so far. And we're about to go into the fourth round in just a moment.
And there you can see the visions of the electrified and very excited cornerman of Singh Chalam. We'll be back in right a moment, folks. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Super Fight. And just like in the commentary box, attack after attack, dig after dig. That's what we saw in that last round between both gentlemen. Fantastic work. Stabbing knees. All about the clinch action here. And that beautiful elbow over the top, right on the bridge of Yodo T's nose. But here, this is what I'm talking about. This stibby-stabby action right here in center ring.
It's been absolutely beautiful, exciting, exhilarating, every word you can think of to describe this fight. We've seen stabbing knees, slicing elbows, high kicks, left hooks, everything you'd want in a Muay Thai fight we are witnessing right now. And to me, it's quite an even fight, but there was that beautiful overhand right landed by Singh Chalam. So I think Singh Chalam may have taken that third round. So we're going into a fourth, folks. In the red corner, we have Singh Chalam. In the blue corner, we have Yodo T, as both fighters are already involved in the clinch, stabbing away with their knees and elbows.
And make sure to join us for the upcoming bout, number 3, Ponwiset taking on Pet Sinin at 123 pounds. Big swinging knee as Singh Chalam tries to gain the upper hand here, but Yodo T just locking on and delivering vicious knees as our referee breaks them apart.
Back in central ring, but a big right hand for Singh Chalam. Yodo T does not waste any time and starts sending elbows into the midsection of Singh Chalam. And both fighters against the ropes as Singh Chalam sends every knee he possibly can. And we're starting to see Singh Chalam just wear and tear just ever so slightly.
Beautiful elbow over the top and trying to take each other down, but Singh Chalam gets the upper hand and pushes him down to the canvas. Beautiful work there by Singh Chalam. The palm over the top. The old face palm action by Yodo T, sending that left elbow through. You can see the crowd going absolutely wild for this one. They're loving it.
What a fight we are witnessing right now. This fourth round, I think the fight is even so far, and that's exactly what we want to see. If we see a fifth, we are going to see some fireworks happen. Yodo T marching towards Singh Chalam as he sends a right kick to the body.
Locks on. Oh, cheeky grab of the ropes there by Yodo T. Surprised he didn't get a warning from the referee for that. Back into center ring as Singh Chalam dances away but sends the hacking elbow over the top. Pushes off, grabs the leg, sends a leg of his own, but Singh Chalam acknowledging it. Does the Ali shuffle, tries to send the lead Ali hook over the top.
Beautiful work by both of these fighters. Singh Chalam doing the Ali shuffle and then starting to also taunt his opponent as well. So Singh Chalam trying to pretend that he's comfortable, but Yodo T is on a mission to end this fight in the fourth round.
He must have learned that taunting from you as you try to taunt me in the commentary box here. As Yodo T moves forward, a nice push off there by Singh Chalam, redirecting him. Ow! A nice stall on the inside, putting that hip over the hip of Yodo T.
Yodo T with the fist palm as well, just blocking the vision and the breathing of Singh Chalam. Yodo T using every veteran move in the book. And a nice sweep to the canvas. The referee jumps in very quickly.
Yodo T moving with confidence, and that is the end of the round. We'll be back for more action right here in the stadium and in the commentary box. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. Make sure to check us out on the Facebook, Instagram, and the SKS Empire YouTube every Saturday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Thai time. Here are some of the replays from that fourth round. Absolute fireworks in that fourth round, Jimmy.
Yeah, both fighters do not want to leave this to chance. They do not want to leave in the judges' scorecards. It is an even fight so far. Both fighters giving it everything they've got. And now we will see how has their corner prepared them for this fifth round. We have seen so many times that both fighters, when they're in a close fight, think they've won it and they start to just taper off and start to relax in this fifth round. I hope we don't see that. I hope both fighters go for it. Don't leave it in the judges' eyes and just give it everything you've got. Round number 5 underway.
Yodo T on the forward march now. Kick for kick, evasion for evasion. Inside the 50-50 of the clinch, stabbing the knees through. You can see Yodo T starting to move forward with more confidence and aggression.
It's exactly what we want to see. Yodo T just coming forward. Singh Chalam comfortable on the back foot. The referee pries him apart. We are already 30 seconds in this fifth round. Yodo T step up knee, just missing the target.
You know that's a favorite of mine. Oh, and sends the sneaky elbow through as the referee tried to break them apart. Veteran move there by Singh Chalam, waiting for the last second of the break apart. Very nice work by Singh Chalam, if I say so myself. Here we are, the vice grip. That's where you have the lock on the wrist and drag the head under the chin and break the posture. Looks like a very convincing corner from Yodo T. They think they have it. Singh Chalam's corner thinks they have it.
Exactly what we were talking about just before this round started. When there is a close fight, and when you're a fighter inside the ring and you're involved in a close fight, you already think you've won the fight, and therefore you don't think you need to do anything else. You almost just sit back and protect your points. Something you probably didn't experience too often, Joe, but I can understand why these fighters think it's as close as it is. I'm not sure who's won so far. I mean, maybe Singh Chalam is in the lead right now. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, it's a bit close to say at this point, round 3 and 4 being very active. It's kind of hard to see in some of these 5-round fights where the action is so intense and both here acknowledging each other in the last minute to go. They don't want to lose any points here. They want to protect them as much as they can, but we may see the referee issue a bit of a warning, as I'm going to issue a warning to you if you keep making any wisecracks about my lackluster Muay Thai career.
Well, this is exactly what we're seeing as well. Both fighters think they've got it. Both fighters are kind of protecting their hands, and neither fighter want to give up the chance that they might be wrong. So both fighters sit on the back foot. They try and protect their points as best as they can and not give anything away. But also, these fighters fight so often, there's no reason for them to risk any injury, risk getting tired. They just want to take the chance, and it's a bit of a gamble for them. And that is the end of the fight. We're going to go to the judges' scorecards in just a moment. Let us know in the comments, who do you think's won this fight? On my unofficial scorecard, Joe, I'm just going to go for the underdog, Yordo T. Who you got?
I'm going to go for Singh Chalam because of the stylish dancing in round 3, round 4, the Ali Shuffle. We'll see in just a moment as our referee. And it goes to Singh Chalam, our man
fight
in the red. The Ali Shuffle. Beautiful work there by Singh Chalam. So we'll be back in just a moment for our third bout of the afternoon. See you in a moment, folks.
What a fight we've just seen. Thank you everyone for joining us. We're going to see some quick action replays. That was that action-packed left hook that started the action in the first round, where it looked like the show did belong to Singh Chalam, but then we started to see Yordo T just come alive with the elbows, the knees. The clinch work of Yordo T was absolutely fantastic as well. It was such a close fight, and I think the final decision was that final round where neither fighter wanted to engage. I think it was a very fair decision. It was a very close fight. Clearly both fighters thought they won it, and rightly so. Don't go anywhere, folks. We are about to go into our next fight in just a moment.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back, it's getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bands all on your head like Justin Terry. Whoa. Richard Millie cousin Lambo. Known to keep the baddest bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trap, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back, it's getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bands all on your head like Justin Terry.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight. Brought to you by Kiatpetch Promotions right here at Omnoi Stadium. The home of Muay Thai in Samutsakon, the art of 8 limbs where you can use kicks, elbows, knees and punches to score against your opponents. We'll be coming up to our third bout of the afternoon. Porn Wises Saw Chokmichai taking on Pert Sinin Kiatpetch. So this will be a great one. This will be their first encounter this afternoon, as Porn Wises, he lost his last fight to Denpayak by score on Channel 7, as Mr. Petsinin lost by points at Channel 7 as well on his last fight. So here we are, Porn Wises or Chokmichai, one of the big gyms on the outskirts of East Bangkok. They have a very good stable of fighters, often fighting on the stadium circuit. Channel 7 and Omnoi Stadium, the two main players on the stadium circuit these days. Of course, here's Mr. Pert Sinin Kiatpetch. So provided to us via Kiatpetch, the matchmakers here, the best matchmakers in Thailand in my opinion. Every single fight on this promotion always Wiset, 19 years of age, 168 centimeters tall with an official weight of 123 pounds, 59 fights to his record. Pet Sinin, 27 years of age, 170 centimeters tall, so a bit taller than Porn Wiset, and 123.4 pounds, tiny bit heavier, with 80 fights to his record.
Yeah, definitely when you're coming off a loss as well, Joe, is you want to prove yourself in that fight. You know you've just lost, you know you need to get some fans back, and you also need to impress your gym as well, letting them know that you are going to improve. We've just seen the fighter in the blue corner walking around the ring, almost wincing when he was walking. I don't know if that means he's carrying an injury at the moment, maybe something that the red corner is going to have to look at in just a moment, but we can see there is a huge difference in between the number of fights that both of these fighters have had. So it's going to be old versus young and experience versus inexperience at the moment.
And of course, both these fighters coming off recent losses, it does play on your mind. You do want to redeem yourself, and the losses of my career playing on my mind because Jimmy loves to remind me. But Jimmy may be losing his ride home this afternoon. But here we see our fighters doing the traditional Y Crew Ramway, the pre-fight ritual dance before every Muay Thai bout to pay respect to your teachers, your teammates, and everybody in between who makes your career successful and gets you to the point where you enter the ring to do battle. And of course, this fight is scheduled for 5 rounds of a battle, and that's what we love to see, Jimmy. 5-round Muay Thai, beautiful Muay Thai, and as I like to say,
style. And here we have Porn Wiset in the red, about to take on Pet Sinin. Both fighters have just completed their Y Crew, asking for protection inside that ring. I assume Joe did not do the Y Crew because the protection did not work in his most recent fight. But let's hope it does for these two fighters as they're about to step in and go to war for a potential 5 3-minute rounds. The referee waiting with his towel to wipe off the excess Vaseline. And we are in the action right now, scheduled for 3 minutes. The first round tends to be a little bit more relaxed. So those of you just tuning in the red, Porn Wiset, and in the blue, Pet Sinin.
Just as relaxed as Jimmy's concept of time, because recent means about 8 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. So 2.5 minutes to go, 30 seconds down already. You can see Porn Wiset in the southpaw position and Pet Sinin in the orthodox position. Not much going on here at the moment, but as Jimmy always loves to remind us, downloading information.
Yeah, absolutely. You're trying to get the read on your opponent. You want to try and get as much as you possibly can in that first round, where in a sense you're taking less damage because your opponent is doing the same thing. So get as many reads as you possibly can. Throw out the feints, throw out the fakes, and try and see what your opponent does well and doesn't do well, and then execute in the later rounds. Your corner should be doing the exact same thing. They should be reading the opponent to then utilize some of those skills in the later rounds as well. So for those of you just watching and wondering why not much is going on, the first round of 5-round Muay Thai tends to be like this.
And often you can see Petsinin pulling up the shorts, pulling it up on the left leg where he wants to be most comfortable, putting up that switch kick. Ponwiset sending the teep to the leg. Petsinin sending it to the groin, sending the right kick upstairs. Oh, big right rear teep there from Ponwiset.
And exactly what we were talking about. You're trying to get the read on your opponent, but that's exactly what Ponwiset is doing. He's setting a rhythm, but he set a fake rhythm for Petsinin. He set a slow rhythm and did not allow Petsinin to actually understand when that teep was coming, which is why it hit a lot harder. It hurts a lot more when the shot is hit, which you do not see.
Here we are back in the center ring, continuing the action in round one. 40 seconds to go. Oh, big swing and a miss there. And of course, as we mentioned, the action tends to be a little bit slower here. Downloading the information, seeing where the gaps are in your opponent's game.
Petsinin has already found that he can land that head kick upstairs, so he's already got the read on his opponent, and of course he knows once he sends it, he's going to feint downstairs and go upstairs with that head kick. So that's exactly what he's setting up now for the later rounds.
Just like a head kick that I scored in 2 seconds during my career, ended up knocking out my opponent. That is the end of the first round. We'll be back in just a moment.
SKS Empire
Okay, and we are back for some action replays, and that was the teep that really set the pace of that first round. Not a lot going on in that first round. We saw that both fighters found their reads on their opponent. Now we will see how will they use those reads in the later rounds. The second round tends to be a little bit faster than the first, but not as much as the third will be. We've got a southpaw against an orthodox. Ponwiset in the red, Petsinin in the blue.
Moments ago, you could see the stadium absolutely packed to the rafters here at Omnoi Stadium. And make sure you stay for the upcoming main event. George taking on Mongkol Chai at 125 pounds. Big side teep there from Ponwiset, trying to send Petsinen down again. Nice right hand sent by Petsinen in return as we're back into center ring.
Southpaw against an orthodox. Remember, it's a battle of the footwork. Both fighters are trying to get on the outside of their opponent's lead leg before they send that powerful kick or shot. And that's exactly what we just saw. Big right hand upstairs landed by Omnoi.
And I always find it troubling when fighters move to the other side of the southpaw, setting themselves up for the big power kick, which is what Petsinen's doing a little bit at the moment. He's moving to the right side, which is not where he wants to be. He wants to the left of him on the other side and cut the angle a bit more.
Either he doesn't respect the power of his opponent or he's doing it as a fake read. But we've seen Petsinen, he's starting to wince at something. We saw him wincing during the Y crew, and he's also wincing. So something is going on with Petsinen right now. So I think he might try and end this fight early on if he can. But Omnoi looks very calm on that back foot as he steps around with a nice jab.
You can even tell by his guard, it's up nice and high but relaxed on the outside. He's looking very relaxed. Ooh, a bit of double slip action there on the canvas. Just a slip, because often in Muay Thai, in the corners, there's a lot of ice and a lot of water. So the canvas tends to be very slippery in Muay Thai rings.
Yeah, there is a lot of ice in the corner of the rings sometimes. And we see this very often, which is why these fighters like to wear anklets on their ankles, of course. Both fighters now in the center of the ring once again. Petsinen seems to just be marching forward as much as he possibly can. Omnoi looks very calm on that back foot, and he lands a nice teep again to the chest. So I like what Omnoi is doing here. He's sending that teep to the chest of Petsinen.
That's right. It's a good strategy just to take out the confidence from Petsinen.
Very rarely do we see fighters going to the chest of their opponent as well. They tend to go to the six-pack area and, of course, the head, but they very often miss that chest area, and that's exactly what he's doing. It's a very beautiful move. Don't go anywhere. We're going into a third action-packed round.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy. SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. Look at some of the kick-for-kick action in that second round.
Yeah, Petsinen has been very accurate as well. He's been landing some nice head kicks, some nice leg kicks. But that teep, the side teep, to send his opponent across the ring was beautifully done to return the action.
And now you're a boxing fan, but that's very reminiscent of Samat Payakarun, that side teep. Samat was also a very successful boxer, but very famous for that side teep, Jimmy. Sending it right from the hip and pushing it through. So here we are for the third round of action. Petsinen on the forward march now, getting a bit desperate because he was slipping all over the place from those big teeps from Omnoi.
A nice jab followed up by a left hand by Omnoi, and Omnoi just evades the kick of Petsinen. Ponwisset looks very much like he has found the rhythm of this fight. He's in and out exactly where he needs to be. His range management has been perfect so far, and a nice teep to the hips by Ponwisset. So Ponwisset doing a good job of using that teep as his jab.
And a good turnaround there. The slap parry moves around to the right. Oh, good push off as well. You could see him trying to send that kick up onto the arms, but opted for the side teep as well.
And notice how Ponwisset parries the jab of Petsanin down as he throws a jab of his own. So Ponwisset is boxing beautifully for a southpaw. He's doing exactly what he needs to do right now as Petsanin charges in with an elbow. Looks a little bit desperate now.
He's a real smooth operator, that's for sure. Sitting on that back foot with the southpaw draw, trying to draw Petsanin in and slap that big left kick up onto the arms, take out the punching power of Petsanin, who looks like he's trying to march in for the clinch action, but not quite being able to find his range. He needs to rush in more, not come in with the same pace, but kick for kick at this point, as you just saw Ponwisset turn his back after missing the kick, and Petsanin returning the favour on that last exchange.
Yeah, Ponwisset doing a very good job of not allowing Petsanin to reset at all. And what we mean by that is, after some action, fighters like to reset and get back in their stands, but Ponwisset is constantly firing action, but Petsanin evades that kick and sends one back of his own. So very much tick for tack at the moment for both of these fighters. And a sweep by Ponwisset, beautifully timed.
Little bit of a warning from the referee for not using the top of his foot. But here we are back in center ring, continuing the action. Oh, swing and a miss there from Ponwisset as Petsanin goes up top, tries to take out the firing power of Ponwisset, steps forward with a little bit of tricky footwork, fires that big right kick up top, and there's the matrix evasion there from Ponwisset.
A nice double jab followed up by a left kick downstairs as well, beautifully timed. And it's already difficult to fight a southpaw. It's even more difficult to fight a southpaw who has got his rhythm down like this. Beautiful work.
Can't be more difficult than working with you. So that is the end of round 3. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Super Fight, provided to you by Kiatpetch Promotions right here at Omnoi Stadium. We've got Ponwisset taking on Petsanin in the blue. Have a look at some of these replays. Look at that big wide hook there from Ponwisset on the head, spraying off the sweat of Petsanin. Beautiful work there by both gentlemen in that third round.
Both fighters do not want to leave this to chance either. They want to put their opponent in a win. It's exactly what they need to do. It's been a beautiful affair of fighting so far. I'm excited for this next round, and like we always say, Joe, I know you always say it as well, but these fights are always so close. The matchmaking of these fights every Saturday afternoon are absolutely fantastic and perfect in my opinion.
Here we are for the fourth round, and starting off things with a big dramatic teep there from Ponwisset, sending Petsanin across the canvas. Nice step up knee there from Petsanin, but I just don't know if Petsanin's got enough to answer for here.
Yeah, Ponwisset, being a southpaw, has just got beautiful boxing and beautiful teeps. and it is just so difficult for Petsinin to get a rhythm going here. Potwiset lands a three-piece combination to the head, lands a teep to the body. He is absolutely lighting Petsinin up.
I feel the frustration of Petsinin. Fighting southpaws is not an easy task, just like working with you, Jimmy, is not an easy task in the commentary box. Big step-up knee there from Potwiset. Oh, and evasion as well. The man has it all.
This is absolute beautiful Muay Thai and beautiful fighting by Potwiset. This is how to keep aggression up without taking damage. You do not need to take one to give one. You do not need to take three to give one. Potwiset is showing you exactly that, how to stay aggressive whilst evading. It's all about hitting and not being hit. Beautiful stuff.
Good nullification of that clinch there too. Pushes his hips against Petsinin in the rope and just body locks, not allowing him to get a dominant position. And good reframe push off of the gloves there to set up the kick. Man, Potwiset has it all. He's just such a technical operator.
This is a fantastic round for anyone interested in Muay Thai. Definitely a round and a fighter to study at the moment. Everything Potwiset is doing is fantastic, but I also feel that Petsinin has just kind of reserved himself to the idea that he's losing this round and is just flopping forward and not really thinking about his attacks. Petsinin needs to change up his notion. He needs to do something different because Potwiset is just having a field day.
Well, you can see dear Kiatpetch, the face of Kiatpetch Promotions, telling Petsinin to walk forward, to march forward, push forward through the counters of Potwiset. Potwiset sitting on the back foot with that slick boxing there, utilising the teep as well. Just keeping him at the perfect range. 30 seconds to go. Pushes him across the canvas there, really pushing his whole hip through the teep.
This is such a dominant round, very similar to when Roy Jones Jr. fought Virgil Hunter. He has not really taken any shots in this fight, and a beautiful left hand to the body, and the referee is waving it off, and that is it, folks. The fight is over. The fourth round, the left hand to the sternum, and that has taken his opponent out.
And you can see there, Petsinin in a lot of pain, screaming in pain from that left hand. A lot of power in Potwiset's hands. Surprised he didn't utilize it earlier on. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, your winner for the third bout of the afternoon, Petsinin.
As I was saying it as well.
Sorry.
That's okay, Joe. As I was saying it, the Roy Jones Jr. fight against Virgil Hunter ended in the exact same way. A body shot ended the fight. It was just poetry in motion. Beautiful stuff, just constantly teeing off his opponent. Found the range in the first two rounds, downloaded the information, upgraded, and then just went to town with these combinations.
That's right, he did download the information. Beautiful work there from that side team of Potwiset.
Yeah, he really utilized his jab, his right hand, and that was the final shot that sent his opponent to the canvas. Deja vu for you, Joe, I'm sure, seeing him flop to the canvas like that, and that was just a beautifully timed shot. His opponent was already tired, and he went down to the body shot.
We'll be back in just a moment for more, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium, the home of Muay Thai in Samut the art of 8 limbs, where you can use punches, kicks, knees, elbows, get inside the clinch, deliver damage. That's what we love to see. Stadium-style Muay Thai, 5 rounds of action. Coming up is our main event of the afternoon, but also make sure you like, share, subscribe on YouTube, on the SKS Empire YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, and also check out sksboxing.com for all your training needs, gloves, shorts, shin pads. We have it all. If you want to be the best at your game, you need SKS in your corner. Here we are, George Compact Break, 19 years of age, from Nakhon Si Thammarat, southern province of Thailand, taking on Petmongkol for Tom Sports Centre, 24 years of age. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, absolutely. This fight has definitely got a lot of hype behind it. The viewership has definitely gone up since this fight has just been announced. We have got an absolute treat on our hands, and of course the referee, one of the best in the game. Tell the tape, Joe.
So here we are, tail of the tape, a George Compact Break, 19 years of age, 170 centimeters tall with an official weight of 122 pounds, 70 fights to his record, a Muay Thai fighter indeed. Taking on Petmongkol, 24 years of age, 166 centimeters tall with an official weight of 122 pounds. 72 fights to his record. Well, actually, over 90. This is a Muay Thai versus Muay Thai matchup in this one. Both famed knee fighters. And this means a clash of action, a clash in the clinch. Will they be clashing knees? Because I tell you what, it does make you very sore to bang knees together.
Yeah, we have got an absolute treat, as we mentioned. Will both fighters do exactly what they do best and just engage in the clinch and try and prove to the other one that their inside game, their inside knee warfare is better than the other? Or will they take a little bit of time on the back foot and only engage when they want to? Both fighters very even in terms of fights, but there is a 4 centimeter height advantage for George, of course. So will he use that against his opponent?
And if my memory does serve me correct, I do believe this is a rematch against Petmongkol and George. Petmongkol taking the win over George last time, but my memory does serve me sometimes incorrectly after being punched in the head so much, as Jimmy loves to point out in the commentary.
I can confirm his memory is terrible. But yes, if that is the case, rematches are always my favorite things to see because it allows you to redeem yourself, but it also gives you that chance to train for your opponent. And those first 2 rounds, you don't need to take them off. You can go for it in the first and second round a lot earlier because you already have the read on your opponent. You already have the timing down. You know what did well, you know what didn't do well, and then you can really utilize these things in the later fights. So we have got George in the red corner and Petmongkol in the blue corner. Both fighters like to knee. How will this fight go? 5 rounds of action, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Let us know your predictions in the comments. And of course, if you are a fan of Muay Thai, do go ahead and follow Joe Comerford Muay Thai on Instagram.
And if you like vegan recipes, make sure you follow Ginger Jimmy Boxing because he loves a good carrot soup. Matches the color of his hair. So here we are for the first round of action in center ring. Petmongkol in the blue, George Compact Break in the red.
That is the bell for round number 1, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Of course, we have George in the red and Petmongkol in the blue. The first round, like we said, is a feeling out process, trying to get the read on your opponent, trying to get the timing and the rhythm down. A nice teep for Petmongkol. George already landed a jab upstairs. Look at the height difference in this fight though.
Now, forgive me if I'm wrong. Viewers may be a little bit confused, but George is actually from Thailand. Whilst he does look English, I do believe he is half Thai, half English, and actually speaks perfect Thai. His Thai is very, very, very good indeed, as he teeps Petmonkol across the ring there in the early stages of this fight.
Both fighters in the center of the ring, just biding their time, trying to get that read on their opponent. But as I was saying, George's height difference is absolutely phenomenal in this particular matchup, because he can really use that jab to keep Petmonkol away from him and then engage in the clinch when he's ready. But as you've already said before, Joe, a taller fighter who likes to knee can really get a lot more impact on that knee.
That's right, they get a lot better leverage if they get the plumb position and drag the back of the head down. They can step back and drive that knee through the head. But even in 50-50 bicep control, they have the advantage of opening up more space and driving the knee through the solar plexus.
Very nice jab of a right hand landed by George. Both fighters seem to have found their range quite early on in this fight, and that might be due to the fact that they've already had a fight before. Petmonkol landing the teep downstairs, but Petmonkol looks very, very calm. And when you're a shorter fighter against someone who's a lot taller than you, the best thing you can do is make yourself even shorter and just be more explosive with your attacks.
Now, if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would be guessing that Petmonkol in the later stages, maybe even perhaps in the second round, is going to go for a bit of a Muay Mutt strategy, which is punch, punch, low kick. Go for the left hook to low kick, which would be the strategy I'd be using against a taller fighter like George, especially being so lengthy in frame. Try and take the supporting leg from underneath him, puncture the tire where it stands, chop the tree where it stands, like a lumberjack, take it from the bottom, and that is the end of the first round. Make sure to stay for the next four. We'll be back in just a moment.
SKS Empire
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight, where the action is heating up like a sauna. Jimmy, you'd know all about that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, this fight is getting hot and heavy, and we're about to go into a second round in just a moment. Both fighters seem to have got their range and the reads on their opponent, so we're going to see in just a moment how are they going to use that against one another. Of course, we do have George in the red corner, the taller of the fighters, and of course in the blue corner we do have Petmonkol. This is the second round, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds, and both fighters already picking up the pace in this second round.
And just as my crystal ball has foreseen, I can see Petmonkol going for that front leg. Anytime that George throws that left kick, he goes downstairs for that front leg as well. Just trying to get a read on it at the moment.
A nice double jab by George. So George doing a good job of sending that jab out, finding the range, disrupting the rhythm of Petmonkol, and that's exactly what he needs to do. Stick that jab out, block the vision of Petmonkol, and then send that teep to the midsection. What you cannot see will hurt the most.
That's right. Beautiful little stabby teep there from George as well, but Petman Cole returning the favour. I do like George's long right kick slapping onto the arms, trying to take out the punching power of Petman Cole. Just sends it up ever so slightly, doesn't try to put full power into it, but once it starts to rack up, it will tend to hurt and your arms tend to drop. What will happen is he'll try to send the head kick over the top, and I'll tell you what, he's got the length for it. That's right, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job of that. He's not attacking the head, he's attacking the arms, and it's a very much a veteran move to stop headhunting and just go for the target that you can actually hit, which is usually the arms. And it's definitely a forgotten move in boxing and combat sports, which is hit the guard. The guard isn't going to move, so keep attacking at it. But you can see Petman Cole is doing exactly what you mentioned, Joe. He's going low with the kicks and he's going hard upstairs with the hands.
That's right, and pushes off. He's not engaging in the clinch. He pushes off straight away and tries to go for the leg kick. Very smart strategy there by the man in the blue, Petman Cole.
George using a cross guard when blocking the shots from Petman Cole, so I don't think he's used to the flurries of Petman Cole, and he's got to be very careful that George doesn't just actually send a teep down the middle when Petman Cole marches towards him, but some nice whipping low kicks for Petman Cole, and George's vision and his movement is going to be affected now.
You can see George starting to respect the leg kicks now. He's looking a little bit more concerned about those leg kicks as they come firing out from each counter underneath him. Skips in, tries to go for the elbow, follow up with the kick on that last exchange from George in the red. That is the end of the second round. We'll be back in just a moment for SKS Empire Super Fight. Don't go anywhere.
If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Whoa. Richard Millie cussing Lambos. Known to keep the better bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trap, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight. Here are some of the replays from those ferocious leg kicks of Petman Cole in the blue in that second round. And I think they're really starting to pay dividends on the front leg of George. There's a lot of reddening, redder than a larb salad, which is raw. If for those who don't know, they tend to use raw meat in larb in the northeastern provinces of Thailand.
Well, thanks for letting us know, Joe. We are now going into the third round where we are about to see some absolute action. Both fighters definitely need to impress the judges in the third round. George in the red, Petman Cole in the blue. George lands a nice right hand over the top, but Petman Cole once again with the teep.
And make sure to stay tuned for the next one. Upcoming bout number 5, Nuclear taking on Mongkol Chai at 103 pounds. Very light indeed, explosive action. Just like here for round 3. Trying to get the right position inside the clinch to fire off those knees from George as he tries to push the pace here. But finding it hard to find the range with Petman Cole firing off those teeps, but inside the clinch now, fighting for position.
Ironically, Joe, considering these fighters are Muay Thai fighters, this is the first time we've seen both fighters starting to knee one another. So clearly, they tried to go for a different style and realized, let's go back to what we're used to, as Petmoncol catches the kick and both fighters now in the knee warfare, which is exactly what we was waiting for.
I mean, sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to go back to what you know. You could try and change it up, but you need to go back to your fundamental roots. And that's what they're doing right now. Back in center ring, engaging inside that clinch, the close range quarter combats that they know so well.
Halfway through this round already, and we're seeing some stabbing knees and elbows inside the clinch, and a nice right knee landed by George to the solar plexus.
And takes him to the ground, but George getting the upper hand on that one as he threw Petmoncol to the canvas. Nice hand control there by George, just putting the double tap out and redirecting the hands to get a lock on.
Some nice work by both of these fighters. George wraps his elbow around the back of Petmoncol's neck as he sends knees in. The referee pries them apart and brings them back into central ring. Less than a minute to go of round number 3.
Beautiful kick to stall there from George as well. Cross blocking him straight through the center leg. Oh, into the pocket as our referee breaks them apart to continue the action on the outside.
And this is exactly what we was expecting to see as Petmoncol attempts a sweep. George slightly tumbles to the canvas, and we're back into the action. 30 seconds to go of this round.
Great save there by the referee a moment ago as well. This is why they're the best referees in the world. Big head kick to teep there from George. Now pushing the face guard across in the clinch. Sends the right kick through. Bang. That is the end of the third round. We'll be back in just a moment for more action. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for our main event of the afternoon. Fourth round, here we go. George, compact break, taking on Petmoncol in the blue. Ferocious action in that last round, Jimmy. What did you take away from it?
Well, we're going to see some action replays here, so I think that round belonged to George, and George definitely believes so. I mean, in the action replays, we are seeing Petmoncol almost getting the upper hand, but that is just from those replays. George was whipping those jabs out. He was landing stabbing knees to the midsection of his opponent, and he swept Petmoncol in that round as well. George did tumble to the ground nearly, and we're just seeing it there as well, but it was not necessarily in the judge's favor.
That's why I'm such a big fan of the referees. They're just so athletic here in center ring. Oh, big head kick up top, low kick down below from Petmoncol. Going back to the first and second round strategy, it seems.
We are in the fourth round, folks. We have got George in the red, Petmoncol in the blue. It seems like an even fight so far. George definitely marching forward, but eats a right hand from Petmoncol. The sweat goes flying into the audience.
Big knees in center ring. Tippy-tappy, just trying to rack the points up there from George. Bit of a compromising position. Very 50-50. Nice teep there from Petmoncol, pushing George back, trying to gauge the distance to send that leg kick through.
George is just absolutely massive inside that ring, and he's just marching towards Petmoncol, using it to his advantage. And look at him there, Joe, doing exactly what you mentioned. He's pulling down on the neck of his opponent and driving those knees in.
Fighting for position here inside the clinch. George doing a good job of trying to drag that head down, getting that leg over the top to nullify the action.
Back in central ring, halfway through this round already. We are in the 4th round, scheduled for 5 of this main event fight. George just dragging down on the neck of Petmonkol. Both fighters even inside the clinch.
And a good lock there by Petmonkol as George pushes the palm across to disrupt the breathing, tries to send the elbow through as our referee breaks them apart to continue the action.
What a veteran move there. George blocked the vision of Petmonkol and then attempted an elbow over the top. Just a beautiful move. If it landed, it could have been lights out for Petmonkol.
You can see George trying to set up an elbow there as he was dragging that rear arm down to Petmonkol, but not quite finding the timing. Marching forward, straight into the clinch as we go. Tries to send an elbow over the top again. Drags the head down.
Upward elbows, downward elbows. George is firing off all cylinders. Petmonkol now kneeing the ribcage of George, but is it enough? Less than a minute to go of round number 4.
Nice teep there from Petmonkol to break up the rhythm here. George on the forward hunt, absolutely relentless in his pursuit, pushing that head down as our referee breaks them apart. But George not letting go. He just wants more and more and more. He wants to take the gas tank out of Petmonkol and stab those knees through, right through the midsection.
This referee has got his work cut out for him. He is definitely involved in the action there. And that is the end of round number 4. We are going into a 5th. Don't go anywhere. This is our main event, and we have one more after this.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the baddest bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trip, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight. Here we are for the decider, the 5th and final round. George Compact Break taking on Petmonkol in the blue. Beautiful action here in center ring at Omnoi Stadium, the home of Muay Thai for Samutsakhon. Look at this action right here. Knee for knee, drags the head down, sends the elbows through.
Just beautiful work by both of these fighters. Neither fighter clearly want to leave this in the judges' hands. They're trying to take one another out. Some beautiful Muay Thai, some clinch work, some outside work. We've seen everything, elbows, knees, kicks, punches, everything to try and take their opponent out. And that was a beautifully timed right elbow as George was walking in, but George did not take a step back and he continued going forward. We're going into a 5th.
Here we are, George on that forward Muay Thai march. Nice high hand, lifting the leg up to mitigate any leg kicks from Petmonkol. A fair bit of Vaseline on the back of Petmonkol's head there.
3 minutes to go to prove yourself. George doing a good job, but eats a charging elbow from Petmonkol, and that Vaseline on the back of Petmonkol's neck definitely going to take away the grip ability of George.
If grip ability were a word, stabs the leading jab straight through the guard, follows up with a kick. Little bit of a low blow there, but not so contentious enough that they both acknowledge it.
It's that matter of respect between two people who have that area, and if you've hit them down low, even in Muay Thai, it's not an illegal move, but it's that level of respect to know, look, I know that hurts and we'll take some time off. Both fighters think they've won this. We're now seeing a bit of a stalemate. Both fighters think they're protecting their points. It's an even fight so far. It's hard to say who's won this fight, and we've seen this in many fights. It's been so close that in the 5th round, both fighters think they've won it.
And that's what I love to see in the sport of Muay Thai. the amount of respect the fighters have for each other. More respect than you and I have for each other, but
100%.
a great display of sportsmanship here in center ring.
Yeah, as we've always said, when there is a close fight, when you're inside a fight and you know it's close, it's very easy for you to think that you've won that fight. Even if it's clear to the viewer that you're not winning, when you're in that fight, all you're seeing is the person in front of you.
Petmonkol dancing it away, trying to put the forward pressure on George here. Just trying to find the moment to move in. George obviously on the back foot here, being ever careful about any forward attacks from Petmonkol. Now, nice dancing here. I love seeing this in 5-round Muay Thai. Just acknowledging each other. Good sign of sportsmanship. Beautiful work by both fighters.
Some great moves as well. I mean, I wish we could actually judge this final round on their dance skills as well. If they don't want to engage in the action, let them dance the night away. It looks like you on a Saturday night, Joe, dancing your night away on the Soy Cowboy. And that is the end of the fight, the end of the main event. And we're going to go to the judges' scorecards.
So we'll see in just a second as the referee goes and collects the scorecards. This will be an interesting one. High-paced action. And Samar, it is a draw between both fighters. A very close fight. Fantastic action by both fighters there.
Absolute. What a fantastic fight. I mean, both fighters, I think, deserve to win that fight as well. So a draw seems fair to me. Just a great fight. And both fighters, like we said, they knew it was close. And both fighters thought they won it and they wanted to give each other time off. Let's see some action replays here, Joe.
Look at that swinging leg kick from that last exchange. Beautiful work there by Petmonkol. But it really was such an even fight. So close, hard to tell what was going on. Beautiful stabbing knee there from George, gripping on in the 3rd or 4th rounds. But it was round 1 and 2 for me for Petmonkol. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was so close. I do think Petmonkol was doing just enough to win that fight, but then there was that round in the 3rd where George just absolutely came alive and was landing everything and pulling out every trick in the book. I liked his style of blocking the vision of his opponent and throwing that elbow over the top. Just a beautiful fight, and I think a very well-deserved victory for both of these fighters.
Here we are coming up to our next fight, our 5th bout of the afternoon. Nuclear Source Pato versus Monkol Chai Uromtsin. 2 171 centimeters tall, so taller of the two. 105 pounds on the official record. 30 fights under his belt. This is going to be one not to be missed, Jimmy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can see right now from the tail of the tip, the height advantage and the weight advantage for Monkol Chai, to me, is absolutely huge in a fight. I mean, 1 pound, 2 pounds is already a lot in terms of a fight, and that height difference as well of 4 centimeters. I'm going to be very, very intrigued how Monkol Chai uses that to his advantage.
Well, Nuclear is known as a technician, and he'll be taking on the knee destroyer in Monkol Chai, which is fairly common for taller fighters to utilize that length to their advantage. So we're talking about before, to drag, wrap around, drag that head down like a boa constrictor and drive the knee straight up.
Yeah, I love it when you watch those nature documentaries and the boa constrictor is using his knees against the gazelles. And we're going to see in this fight, I mean, we expected it in the previous fight, both Muay Thai fighters that like to use the knees, and we didn't see them as much as I thought we would. We didn't see that trench warfare, the close combat fighting ability. So I'm curious to see how Mongkol Chai does it in this fight, or will Nuclear live up to his name and be a nuclear missile with his shots?
Well, it'll be interesting to see whether both can live up to their reputations. Technician taking on a knee fighter in this one. Mongkol Chai, of course, the taller of the two.
And we're just seeing some action replays on the screen now from the previous fights. We have just seen 4 beautiful fights, very close fights, and that's exactly what we see here all the time. We're going into the 5th and final fight. Don't go anywhere. We are scheduled for one more fight here on SKS Empire. Thank you everyone for tuning in so far, and of course if you are a fan of Muay Thai, do check out my co-host Mr. Joe Comerford Muay Thai on Instagram.
And of course, check out Ginger Jimmy Boxing's vegan recipe book, Carrot Soup, on sale now.
Something Joe's never had is a soup in his life, and that is evident, and we're seeing some beautiful action replays right now. So from what you're seeing right now on your screen is the action replays from the previous fights at SKS Empire as well. Not just today, but that was the beautiful shot that we saw. It was just a perfectly timed body shot that put his opponent to the canvas. And for those of you wondering what is happening with the 5th fight, we will be going live to that fight, but we will be going live for the 2nd round of action in just a moment.
It's that beautiful main event, knee for knee, elbow for elbow. A very close fight between George and Pet Mongkol in that last one.
Who do you think won that? Do you think it was a fair decision to call it a draw, Joe?
Oh, absolutely, Jimmy. I don't argue with the judge's decision. Beautiful, beautiful scoring on that one. Just so even.
Yeah, a draw is always good as well, because neither fighter necessarily leaves with a loss or a win, but at the same time, neither fighter has taken enough damage that they can't fight on the week later. Floyd Patterson, who is a very famous boxer, used to say his favorite decision in boxing was a draw, because he believes that both fighters leave the exact same way that they went in, and that's the main thing here. Anyways, folks, thank you for joining us. We are now in the 2nd round as we see Nuclear spinning around with a kick as both fighters get involved in with the clinch, so definitely a clinch fight so far.
Mongkol Chai trying to grab the arm around and find the room for the knees, but Nuclear just applying that underarm body lock to negate the length of Mongkol Chai. But we have seen Mongkol Chai take out people with the knees before here at SKS Empire Super Fight every Saturday, 2:30 p.m. Thai time.
Both fighters in the center of the ring just spinning around, sending knees to each other's midsection, and the referee allowing them to carry on. This is trench warfare Muay Thai. Both fighters doing everything they can to take their opponent out in the center of the ring, involved in the clinch.
Mongkol Chai applying that palm over the top, but just having a little bit of trouble with the muscling of Nuclear. Just the upper hand in physical strength from Nuclear, I feel.
Well, Mongkol Chai, as we know, is the taller and stronger fighter, and he can definitely just use that to his advantage to bully his opponent. But then again, Nuclear might want to prove something to himself as well, that he will not be bullied in these fights.
That's right, with a minute 45 to go in this 2nd round.
It's been an action-packed fight so far, Joe. Neither fighter giving up, neither fighter giving each other an inch of space to do anything other than clinch and knee.
That's right, this is a testament to clinch battles. Both just relentless in their pursuit of trying to gain the upper hand inside the clinch. You can see Mongkol Chai a little bit more tentative to engage now as Nuclear just employs forward pressure. That is the end of the 2nd round.
And it looks like Nuclear just has something to go back to. Maybe he's in a rush and he wants to go home early, because neither fighter took a step back in that round. Both fighters just going for it, trying to take their opponent out.
And of course in Thailand, The official ruling for junior fights is 2-minute rounds. So here are the official ruling is 2-minute rounds for juniors, and of course both these fighters being 15. So 2-minute rounds for this one, and we'll be coming up to the third and final round in just a moment.
I mean, it looks like it's been an even fight so far. Both fighters laying it all on the line. And we're going to see in this third and final round how these two youngsters are going to absolutely adapt to the situation that they're in.
Well, I'm definitely excited for this third and final round of action right here at SKS Empire Super Fight at Omnoi Stadium, the home of Muay Thai in Samut.
And we are about to get into the action, the final round of this stream as well. Thank you everyone so far for tuning in. We are now into the final moments. Nuclear comes out like a missile and sends a left and a right hook. Both fighters in the clinch already.
Mongkol Chai trying to ragdoll his opponent around the ring as he gets back into center ring for the third and final round.
Yeah, that was a hacking elbow by Mongkol Chai, using his length to his ability, chopping down with the elbows. Both fighters get involved with a clinch again. The referee pries them apart. This is the third and final round of action. Who is going to take it?
Whoa, big jumping kick there from Mongkol Chai to get back into the ring, into the clinch, sorry, as he tries to push the head down of Nuclear. Nuclear back in like a reactor, marching him down like a tractor.
And that is a factor of this fight. A beautiful right hand by Mongkol Chai, but again both fighters wrap each other up like the gazelle and the python, as Joe likes to call it, when that python likes to get the boa constrictor and wrap the opponent up and sends the knees to the midsection.
Even though that we do know snakes do not have knees, so I'm not very good at animal biology, but I'll tell you what I am good at is calling Muay Thai fights, and Mongkol Chai is doing a phenomenal job of negating the forward pressure of a Nuclear here, as we are back in center ring going for the dance action here.
Yeah, who has got the best moves in this dance warfare? And it's been an even fight, and we always see this. We always see two fighters who think they've won it. Nuclear came out like a missile in the early stages of the round, just
last bout of the afternoon. Fantastic work. We'll go to the referees collecting the scorecards and see who our winner is for our last bout. And it goes to Pet Mongkol Chai.
exactly as you thought, Joe. I mean, he was just relentless with the clinch. He was dragging down on the back of the head of his opponent and just sending those knees in constantly, and was very, very active in the clinch. We're going to see some action replays here, Joe.
Wrapping up like a boa constrictor, as you love to mention before.
And those knees were just absolutely relentless, but we saw Mongkol Chai just constantly gripping his opponent and just kneeing him as many times as he possibly could in those 2-minute rounds.
Beautiful, or a left kick to left knee, pushing that head down, breaking the posture of Nuclear from Mongkol Chai.
But you saw Nuclear had a lot of success inside the clinch as well. That reddening on the ribcage of Mongkol Chai as well was very evident. It just wasn't enough. And thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll see you again next Saturday at 2:30 p.m. My name is Jimmy, and I'm joined, of course, by the great
Joe Comerford. Check us out, 2:30 p.m. Thai time on SKS Empire, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.